What's up everybody, Matthew Moniz here, and this is the iPhone 7 Plus. And it's no better time than now since it just came out to do a what's on my iPhone video. Now the last time I did this was a few months ago, so a lot of the applications from a few months ago will still be on this phone, but I've also added a few new ones that will hopefully be of interest to you. But the reason why I do these videos is to see what you guys have on your phone so you can suggest stuff in the comments below. Now, before I get to the home screen, I'm going to start off with the widgets on the left side, and I keep it very, very clean. All I have is the weather widget, news widget, my Outlook widget, which tells me my schedule, my sub count, and my stocks widget. That's it. Very simple and very clean. Now, the home screen itself is also very clean. I only have one page of icons. I don't like to have any more, or in my opinion, it's too cluttered. For my background, I'm using a black wallpaper with a gray gradient, so it's nice and clean. Now, in terms of apps, in the top left-hand corner, I have the calendar app, which obviously does the job of giving me my calendar. I have my photos folder, my camera, clock, weather, stocks, basically all the typical Apple stuff. And then I have the extras folder, stuff that I never really use but think that I might use one day down the road, but I'm too afraid to delete. So in there's a bunch of stuff like GarageBand, HomeKit, and iBooks. Actually, I should probably delete that. I'm never going to use iBooks. So here we go. Time to delete iBooks, useless application. You are gone. Boom. It's now hidden. So the good thing about iOS 10 is even if it's an iOS app, you can get rid of it on your home screen, but it won't technically be deleted. Next up, I have my health folder. And in here, I have 3 apps. 2 of them I never use, but the one that I do use a lot is the Tabata one. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with Tabata, it's a Japanese training technique. So basically the way it works is you have 4 minutes, and every 20 seconds, you're supposed to go as fast and hard as possible. And then for 10 seconds, you rest or you just go at a slower pace. Next is my settings icon. Then I have the watch app, which is obviously for the Apple Watch. And then I have my first folder that I created, which is the money pit. So the name is self-explanatory. Anything where I spend or receive money goes in the money pit. So I have my bank applications, I have the Amazon app, I have my eBay app where I sell stuff, obviously, FreshBooks to bill people, OpenTable to book dinners, PayPal to send or receive money, my wallet for Apple Pay, my PC Plus application, which gets me points when I'm shopping at Loblaws here in Canada. I also have Starbucks, which I don't really go to that often anymore. I'm actually doing a lot more Tim Hortons now. And of course, my TELUS app, which I use to pay my TELUS bills. The next folder is my social media folder, and that's really self-explanatory. Facebook, Tweetbot, which in my opinion is still the #1 Twitter application for iOS. If Flamingo was ever to come to iOS from Android, I'd probably do a switch. Bitly, which is to shorten links. LinkedIn, when I want to get social but be more professional. Instagram, which you guys should be following me on because that's where I do my Instagram stories. I don't use Snapchat anymore. I have sub count to count my how many subs are joining the channel. YouTube Creator, which lets me log in and check out how my videos are doing and make any edits that need to be done mobile. I also have Google Plus, which I have no idea why is even here. I don't know anyone that uses Google Plus. You know what? Delete time. Boom. Gone. No more Google Plus. Sorry. You didn't make the team, you've been cut. Next up is Social Blade, where I can track statistics based on my channel, Facebook pages, this is for my Facebook page, Twitter app, because some applications will only integrate with Twitter on iOS, so I keep that there just in case, but I turn notifications off for that. Snapchat, which I don't use anymore, but I still have it on my phone, just in case someone messages me from it. And Parent, this is called Seesaw, and this lets me check in on my daughter at school, so the teacher will send photos throughout the day, will keep me posted, or if there's anything the class should know, I can go ahead in this app and check it out. Next up is my entertainment folder. Again, another self-explanatory folder. I got YouTube to watch YouTube videos, videos folder, which has 0 videos in there. I don't really keep any videos on my iPhone. IMDb, which lets me look up movie information pretty quickly, because I do that quite a bit actually. I really love movies. Spotify, which is my go-to music streaming app. Now, I'm really considering switching to Apple Music, but I don't know, I just can't do it. I haven't heard anything great about it. Now, for those of you out there who had Spotify before and switched to Apple Music, tell me why I should switch, or if I just should stay on Spotify overall. Next is Pocket Cast, and I mentioned this in my last iPhone video. This is the best, or hands down the best, cross-platform podcast app. So what I mean by that is you can listen to podcasts here on your iPhone, and then if you stop listening to it, let's say midway through, you can pick up where you left off on your Android device, so you never miss a beat. Next is Apple Music, because I'm contemplating it. Netflix, so I can Netflix and chill, which I said last time. That's how I get my thing on. Android TV, so I can control the Nexus player at my house, which by the way is a piece of junk. I'm going to be switching from the Nexus player very soon. Pushover, where I get all of my notifications for new TV shows that come out, new movies, stuff like that. And Plex, because I have a home entertainment system, so I can watch shows and stuff like that. Now, YT Kids is there for my daughter. Sometimes she just needs the phone and wants to watch a little bit of YouTube stuff, which by the way, YT Kids is terrible. Half the stuff on there is just like garbage content. Cineplex, so I can check movie times to theaters here in Toronto or in Canada. Time Play, which is an app that lets me play against other people in the theater before the movie starts. They usually do like a contest before the movie begins. And Phil is an entertainment app which is used for headphones that I'm testing out and reviewing for the Phil Divas. Next up is my travel folder, and basically everything I use to travel is in here. So I got Uber, I have Google Maps, which is my go-to choice for maps, but I've actually been using Apple Maps a lot lately. It's gotten a lot better. I don't feel endangered or like I'm gonna die if I use it. So if one day I stop making videos, I'm probably dead, and that's the reason. There's Rocketman for the TTC, which is the subway system and bus system here in Toronto, and Street View in case I wanna zoom in on someone's house and see where they live. Next up is Home Tech. So this is all the stuff I use in my studio or in my house. So I got Nest for my Nest Cam and my Nest thermostat, which is awesome. Ring for the Ring video doorbell and Ring stick-up cam. I have Wink, which is a hub that manages like lights and home automation. So all the lights in my studio I can control through the Wink hub. Tile, which is a little device that goes on your keychain that lets me find my iPhone or find any of my phones if I lose it, and vice versa for my keys. I have my Canon Print app, which I have no idea why it's in there. That's not really home tech, or maybe it is home tech. It's technically in my home. We'll kind of leave it in there for now, which lets me print and scan images and stuff like that. And finally is the August app. This allows me to unlock my door. I have an August lock. Very convenient. If I forget my key or if I'm just too lazy to take it out of my pocket and I have my phone in my hand, I can just go into the app and lock or unlock the door. Next is storage. So this is everything where I keep my storage-based stuff. So Google Keep for my notes, Google Drive where I keep the majority of my stuff, Google Docs where sometimes I write scripts. I try not to write scripts anymore just because I find it a lot more natural just to talk. So I do outlines instead now. Google Photos, every photo I take goes up on Google Photos just because it's a lot easier to manage between all my devices. Google Slides, which I never use, but it's there. LastPass, which is my go-to choice for a password manager. TeamViewer, so I can log into my computers if I have to, and sometimes I'll use TeamViewer on the phone. So if I'm recording a video, I can log into the phone and move things so it looks like it's moving by itself. Pocket, which I don't use anymore, so this is gonna get deleted right now because I have too many note-taking apps. So Pocket, I'm sorry, you have to go. All right, boom, done. And Authy, now this is a great app if you have an Apple Watch. It's used for two-step verification. If there's one app or one app you should really be using on your Apple Watch, this is it. This is it right here. Next up is games. I still play Hearthstone, not as much as I'd like to, but I still play it when I do play games. Temple Run, mostly my daughter, again, she loves that game. And Sonic Boom, which is kind of like Temple Run, but using Sonic instead, of course. And of course, there's Hair Salon Doll, my favorite game. Okay, fine, it's my daughter's favorite game, or is it? And then I have my Google Calendar. This is where I store all my daily things I'm gonna do, appointments coming up, events. And then I have the Panasonic Image app, which lets me control my Panasonic G7 when I'm setting up, and I can see myself while I'm recording. Speed test to test speeds if I'm in a hotel or if something's wrong with my connection, I can see what's going on. And Lightroom, I've actually just installed this recently, and I don't understand why I didn't install it sooner. This application is awesome for editing photos. You can do so much with it. I can take a really bad photo and actually make it look quite good. So if you haven't tried Lightroom out, go try it out. It's by Adobe. It's fantastic. And last is Geekbench. Obviously, this is to test the CPU speeds, the RAM speeds on the phone. I sometimes use this when I'm comparing it to other devices, but it's very rare just because I don't like to talk about benchmarks too much. And besides that, I have my chat folder, which is all my chat applications like Allo, Duo, Messenger, Messages, and Hangouts. I don't use Allo. I installed it and never used it. As soon as I found out that you can only use it with one device, I was like, forget this, not happening. And that pretty much oh, wait, email, I use Outlook. Now I'm always curious about email apps. What email apps do you guys use? Let me know in the comments below. So that pretty much wraps up what's on my iPhone 7 Plus. Now, This is pretty similar to what I had on my 6S Plus with a couple of new apps. I want to hear what you have on your iPhone, and more importantly, I want to hear ways that I can make my iPhone a lot more exciting. So if you think there's stuff out there that I haven't used yet that would make the experience better, let me know, and I'll kind of do the same thing I'm doing with my what's on my Android and take some of those suggestions and apply it to the Google Pixel phone that I pick up. And of course, I will shout out anyone whose suggestions that I used. So that wraps up my video. Thank you guys for watching this. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And as always, I will see you in the next video.